The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Kalshi. Make sure you tap into the real money predicting market with Kalshi. They have a new offer for new customers. Get $20 using promo code SGPN. That is promo code SGPN. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No voice, no guys, me, really Ralph, Villain, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. I mean, I guess I'm not all the way out of it. The Miami Heat are down 10, 5 minutes to go in the fourth. I kind of gave up on Miami plus 2.5, but still a chance, I guess. We'll see. Miami Heat is a dog. Crazier things have happened. But my dog, Charlotte, plus 210, and beat a line move. They were plus 7.5 when we were talking about them on the show. I think they closed 3.5-point dogs. 4-point line move on the money line. Never in doubt. Charlotte is great on the second leg of a back-to-back. My co-host here with me, Scott Studio Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, can't complain. Ended up hitting my lock last episode. Shout out to the Pistons defense for the team total under on New Orleans. Besides that, caught the second half of the Philly game against Houston. Fun time. Missed goaltending call, like an egregiously bad missed call. But Philly won the game anyway, so it worked itself out. And besides that, the Lakers are now in a close game with the Clippers. They were getting blown out.
Yep.
They have cut it to 5 in the fourth quarter. So we'll see what happens. But either way, pretty competitive day of basketball. But as you know, I've been watching tennis for the last 5 hours. So
yeah, how's that going?
Fine. I'd say it was not great earlier today. And then I hit a 7-1 live shot, and that helped me out. So live betting tennis helped me out. So we take.
Come on, Scott. Come on. The 7-1 long shot plus Charlotte. I could have had a great day. Because I know if Scott told me that, I would have immediately played it with the Charlotte Hornets.
Well, I jumped in the middle of a set of tennis, so I saw an opportunity, I took it. So I don't know if I could have relayed it to you on time, but shout out to Medvedev.
Okay.
I bet Medvedev to win 6-0 in a set, and he did. So shout out to Medvedev.
Chat's booming already. Adam's in the chat. He said Timberwolves let him down tonight.
We know what this team is, so they didn't let us down at all. Right? I wasn't on the show yesterday, but I had no faith in Minnesota.
Lonte locked him up.
Okay.
And I did try to talk him out of it. I was on the Bulls plus 9.5. They won outright. 120-115. I mean, oh my gosh.
And Giddy played.
The Timberwolves are untrustworthy.
No, they're not very good.
Untrustworthy. Completely untrustworthy. You can I just good luck if you just continue to bet Minnesota basketball. Oh man, I should have made the Bulls my lock. That sucks. I'm over here down 15 points with Miami as my lock. Luckily I hit Charlotte, so that makes me feel better. All right, let's get into the games that are actually going to be played tomorrow. First, though, got to talk to you about the merch store. New year, new gear. We've got 10% off everything in our merch store. Promo code 2026 is the promo code. Head over there, store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com to get to that merch store. All right. Let's see. Where are we starting things at tomorrow? We've got 7 p.m. on the East Coast, only 7 p.m. game. Detroit welcoming the Houston Rockets. My Pistons are laying 4.5. 217.5 is the total. That's 4.5, Scott. And it opened up at 3. And we're recording this as we are right now, here midnight on the East Coast, already up to 4.5 for the Detroit Pistons. Injury report. Let's see what we got here. All right. For the Houston Rockets, it looks like Aaron Holiday's out. Steven Adams is still out with that ankle injury.
Well, they did just play today, so we'll see if Durant plays a back-to-back and stuff like that.
Yeah. LeVert, questionable. Ron Holland, questionable. Duncan Robinson, Cade Cunningham, all on the injury report. Probably going to see maybe one of those guys sits. I think the Pistons are going to be trying to play guys recently. Let me go look into that a little bit more while we talk here. All right. Rockets just played OT, lost to the 76ers early tonight. I mean, it was a Rockets in a close game. So, I mean, what do you think?
Yep.
I have a hard time honestly trusting the Rockets with anybody that is relevant. I think in the NBA can beat Houston. I understand the weaker teams that don't necessarily have the talent, and so the size can kind of overwhelm them. Gets to them defensively, they're not able to score. Houston wins an ugly game, but like I just feel like most teams of quality, Houston is getting, if not ran out the gym, they're losing a close game. Like I have no faith in the Houston Rockets at all, and I think the Pistons are one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, I'm on Detroit. I think it's pretty straightforward. The line should climb, in my opinion, heavily, especially if Durant ends up sitting. It's an overtime game, too, before the back-to-back, which sucks. Detroit's been great defensively. That's why I keep mentioning the opponent team total under trend, because they've just been mashing teams. And the Rockets' spacing's a problem. A lot of minutes for older guys. And the fact is, I don't like how the team looks. We agree with Houston. We think they are full pretenders. We don't think that they are actually an inner circle team to compete for a title. And Detroit right now looks really good. And the defense, I think, should be fantastic in this game. You're looking at Houston, who, let's say, for example, Durant ends up sitting in a back-to-back off overtime. What are they going to do? I don't know. You give Şengün the ball and let him try to do something, or you let Amen just hold the keys even though he can't shoot a jump shot. You got problems. It's a bad spot. I'm going to go with Detroit because the defense is great, and we know that at home, the crowd brings it. Give me Detroit. I see an ugly game. If you told me Houston ended up getting to like 102, that sounds about right to me. So I don't see Houston's offense doing much anyway, not to mention if Durant ends up sitting. So give me Detroit and give me the under.
1-4 on the second leg of a back-to-back straight up 2-3 ATS. Yeah. If Durant sits, they definitely don't have enough scoring at all. At all to compete with whatever the Pistons have going on. And I think the Piston under game, what is the 217? Yeah, 217.
217, 218.
They already are predicting an under game. And it's still, this might be one of those like 100 to 95, 93 type of games. Like, but yeah, I'm with you. I think Detroit's going to outlast them. Detroit has the size with Durant and Isaiah Stewart to just continuously throw a really big body and a ruthless defender inside of the paint at them. I think that Houston's out of their league here. I'm all over Detroit too, laying 4.5.
I do want to point out that Cade did sit last game with an illness, so if you want to wait for Cade's status, you can.
Mm-hmm.
According to reports, it seems like he's on track to play on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
so it seems like it's a one-game issue. But either way, they won without him against New Orleans anyway. We know Cade's great.
And I
think
mean,
he'll
I've
play in
seen
this game.
them. I've seen them multiple times. Not only win, but cover without
Yeah, they stepped
Cade. Like
up.
they're just a good team.
Yep, I agree. But with Durant maybe sitting, with Houston being bad against good teams, and you mentioned the back-to-backs, they've just not been good on back-to-backs. Good enough for me. Give me Detroit.
All right. Let's see who we got next up. Phoenix on the road. You agreed with Thunder, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Phoenix on the road, going to play the Atlanta Hawks. By the way, I didn't get the tout because we got off air before the game ended, but Atlanta did get the win outright against the Memphis Grizzlies. Caught them nice spot coming back from London.
Shout out to the Grizzlies, by the way, who, with 2 timeouts in their back pocket in the final 5 seconds of regulation, let John Morant take a fadeaway step-back three-pointer from about 30 feet when he's shooting about 23% from 3 this season. Nice coaching job. 2 timeouts in your back pocket, and you end up with a jaw three-pointer. Ouch. That's not good. That's all I have to say about the game.
If you're the coach, you just gotta throw him under the bus. You got to. It's either you throw him under the bus or you're an idiot.
I think both can be true in this case, but the fact is you didn't have a transition opportunity. You had 2 timeouts, and you used none of them on the final possession. Yeah, you just deserve to lose at that point. I got nothing else to say about that.
Maybe you wanted to use them for the next game.
Yeah.
All right. What I say? Atlanta's catching 2.5. 233.5 is the total. Let's see, injury report we have for the Phoenix Suns. And nothing. Good to go.
Okay.
Ricochet's out. Porzingis out. We knew that, though. Well, it was a great one-game bet, Scott.
Yep.
Great.
I was wrong. You were right.
It's over now. Why is this 2.5?
And Jalen Green's healthy, by the way. You said no injuries at all. Jalen Green actually came back last game for Phoenix.
Why is this only Phoenix laying 2.5? Does this make any sense at all?
No, Booker's fine. I thought maybe it was an injury situation. No. I don't get it.
Is Jalen Johnson that good?
I mean, Jalen Johnson's really good, but
no, he's really good. But I'm talking about that good.
No, I think that if you were asking somebody right now who's the better player between Jalen Johnson and Devin Booker, they would tell you Devin Booker. And that's not a hot take. I love Jalen Johnson, but Devin Booker is a top, 15 guy in the league?
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson might get there. I don't think he's top 15 yet, in my opinion. Suns are the better player, better defense, better bench, and most importantly...
I don't know. Hey, man.
What?
Oh, what was you going to say? Because...
I was going to say better bench, and most importantly, they don't have CJ McCollum on their team.
Oh, that too. But I was going to say that it is so early for them, and I'm going to give them the credit because it's like you said with Booker and Jalen Johnson, but they might have the better coach. They might have a better coach. I mean, Quinn Snyder's not really...
The sample's small, but this season, Ott's clearly been the better coach. I would get my vote for Coach of the Year. If I had a vote, I would give it to Ott.
For sure this season, he's the better coach. So I'm not understanding what's going on with the line here. Why are we not hammering Phoenix laying 2.5?
I want to see the schedule if they have a look-ahead spot potentially. It's the only thing I could think of is if Phoenix has a game against a division rival up next or something. But
are they have they played like a bunch of games in a row recently that I'm just not thinking of?
No, they played road games against the Knicks, the Nets, and the Sixers. They won all 3 of those. They didn't play today. So they haven't played since Tuesday. Yes, and they play Miami at home on Sunday. So there's not even like a look-ahead game on a back-to-back here. They're fine. It's a good scheduling spot.
What's going on?
I'm on Phoenix.
What do they know?
That's the trap line of the night in theory, but Atlanta 7-13 at home, so home field or home court hasn't mattered to them this season, and the Suns are above 500 on the road. So I'm on Phoenix. I like this team. They're pretty good.
And didn't Atlanta hand them their first loss at home?
They might have. That I don't know.
Wasn't that Atlanta? Because you remember they were really, really good at home to start the season. Hey, Luis, can I get I know Luis knows the answer.
Second home loss.
It was the second one? Okay.
Yeah, they lost to Memphis.
Okay.
And then after that, they lost to Atlanta.
All right. It was almost too good to be true, but I needed something to go against me. Cool. Phoenix laying 2.5.
Do you want to hear a fun joke attached to that game, though?
Okay.
Trae Young didn't play. If you want to joke on that.
Some jokes there are truth to.
Yeah. But either way, I'll go Phoenix in this game. As you mentioned, there's a revenge spot too. So
yeah.
Phoenix.
233.5.
I think I'd rather go Suns team total over. Because there's a chance the Suns defense just clamps this team. Mm-hmm. If Jalen does not go and if he just doesn't go off for 30, and you say Jalen gives you even like an inefficient 20,
mm-hmm.
What are you going to do? You're going to hope that CJ McCollum actually makes his shots this time? What else do you have?
Like, even if Jalen Green, like, if he has a bad game, if Jalen Green on the other side of the ball has a bad game, that's only counteracting whatever bad game CJ had. Like, and if he has there's nothing, there's too much. I think it's too much on the other side of the ball for Jalen Johnson to try to overcome by himself. We should bet Jalen Johnson triple-double in a loss.
Yeah, I mean, you can go for that, or if you want to go for Atlanta in general, maybe just Johnson PRA. Because if they're going to win, he has to have a monster game. Against Memphis, he killed them. He carried them to a win. I see Brandon mentioning it's a trap line. He thinks Atlanta wins. It's fine if you think it's a trap line, because it looks like it is.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I have nothing.
Good.
I have nothing for.
Yeah, I got nothing. So
I have nothing. I have nothing for the Atlanta Hawks, man. All right,
I know this team's not very good. And once again, trading away Trae isn't going to fix the other issues this team had. But at the same point, it was for the future as a salary dump. So I don't think that it's a connection that once Trae got traded, the team fell apart. I don't believe that. I think that maybe the line is short because maybe Porzingis is playing. He's not. So I don't know. Porzingis is being reevaluated in a week. So I can't even argue that, when Porzingis plays, the team's pretty good because he's not playing in this game either. So I got nothing.
I don't get it. 233.5.
Suns team total over.
Yeah, 122, 112, 132, 117, 141.
It's at about 118.5. That feels pretty good to me. I think they score 120.
Yeah. I'm with you. All right. Before we get to the rest of the slate, gotta talk to you about Avo. Sports betting tool. Great for giving you a lot of plus EV opportunities and spotting arbitrage. Also, you can find ways to lock in a bet on both sides of the market. That's what it is, locking in a bet on both sides so that you get a profit. You're getting money every single time. They have the cleanest dashboard, super easy to understand and use. So if you're unsure, check out their free Discord, AVO Official. And hey, we have $18 off for you. Just use that promo code SGPN over there at avo.bet, avo.bet. Promo code SGPN for $18 off. Also brought to you by Kalshi. Legal in all 50 states. You can trade NFL, college football, college basketball, NHL, NBA. Hey, weather, that snow that is about to hit. It seems like everybody. Like it's just snow hitting everybody everywhere. Like, what's up with that? But, however, you can go over there, trade it, Kalshi, getting into the NFL coaching market and some of the head coaching jobs that are still available. Not the Ravens, who just hired, the Chargers DC?
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably could have checked that out over there at Kalshi. Get $20 off. when you use promo code SGPN at Kalshi, KALSHI, promo code SGPN.
I was hoping it was going to be Flores, by the way. I didn't think it was going to be Flores, but I was kind of hoping it would be.
Yeah. JT's here. Shout out to the Bulls.
Yep.
I'm Scott. Everybody, go look at the Bulls record right now.
They better go 41-41.
I'm telling you, when they are a huge dog and that 500 line is on the mark, like that is right there, they're almost an auto bet. And I'm really mad I didn't have money on the Bulls tonight. I knew that. I knew whenever they're a dog. And because it was one time where it was Denver and they were like 13.5 on the road and they were playing for 500 and they won outright. Like it happens all the time. This team cares about being 500. I'm sad about that. It's like Billy Donovan says, all right, you see we're right there at 500. Let's go. Come on. We can beat these guys. All right. Where are we at? Sacramento. On the road, going to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. Sacramento's catching 11.5 in Cleveland. 233.5 is the total. Injury report. And we have let's go back. All right, there we go. All right, we got for the Sacramento Kings. Looks like, Keegan. And then Cleveland's got Merrill out. Garland. I'm about to start calling Garland street clothes. I ain't gonna hold you. We're getting incredibly far into the season. You're still
There's a pun there somewhere, but I don't know what it's going to be. Because street clothes junior, I feel like it's just not. It doesn't roll off the tongue as much as it should. You know.
Street clothes the second.
I was thinking like day off Darius, but I feel like I can do better than that. But that's not bad. That's kind of a starting point.
Yeah, nice little starting point.
We'll workshop it, but I think day off Darius I think has some potential on that.
Man, I don't want to take either one of these teams.
I don't either, but I've watched the Kings a bit lately. It has not been good, so I'll go Cleveland. Even though I don't like this team, they did bury Charlotte. Defensively, that was an incredible game. It was one of the best defensive games I've seen all season until the Knicks gave up 66 points. But I do think that I'll go with Cleveland, minus the 11.5. Watching the Kings play, I don't even know what they're trying to do at this point. Like, I don't understand the vision. I don't understand the goal. Can you explain it to me? I know they benched Levine for the second half of one game because he wasn't guarding anybody, but they still got run out of the building. I mean, Westbrook looks like the only guy with effort most of the time. Sabonis came back, so their defense got worse because Sabonis can't guard anybody. What do they have going for them at this point? They got nothing. Cleveland at least occasionally can step up and give you a great game. I'll go Cleveland minus the 11.5, but I don't feel great about backing the Cavaliers, but I don't like how the Kings have looked for the last couple of weeks. I'll go Cleveland minus 11.5, but I'm not happy about it.
This is honestly their own doing, because why did you hire Doug Christie? Like you saw what happened at the end of the season. Nothing changed.
No.
Literally nothing changed. Like, so you just said, and that's why I'm like, are you doing this on purpose?
I'm not going to blame it on the coach, though. Like, Christie inherited one of the worst situations in the league.
But it's not on the coach, but it's on the front office, whoever's making basketball decisions, because there was no reason to, like, anybody on any assistant staff take a chance. And Doug Christie literally is doing nothing out there.
Well, once again, you're focusing on the coach. I'm not even going to bother. My main issue is why would you bring in Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan reunion? We saw this in Chicago. It doesn't matter who the coach is. This team stinks. And then on top of that, when you reunite the two Bulls that failed together, let's get Westbrook in there for no apparent reason. When we have a bunch of young guards who you probably want to give playing time to. Look, Westbrook's been fine for them this season. That's not the point. The point is if your team's going to be awful, why would you bring in a veteran point guard to take playing time away from Keon Ellis or Carter, who missed his entire rookie season.
Mhm.
What's the point? Like, am I missing something? Like, I just don't understand the vision of this team besides trying to assemble an all-star team from 2013 or like 2017. I don't get it. Maybe you could explain it to me. And then you gave Keegan Murray a bunch of money, and he's barely played. I don't know what this team's actually doing on a decision-by-decision basis. And nobody does either. I'll go Cleveland.
It's a lot of points, man.
It is.
Fine.
I don't know.
Something in my gut just tells me Cleveland's just not going to show up.
Yeah, if they don't, then we get to laugh at them. But I can't back Sacramento from what I've seen for the last couple of weeks.
That's actually that's not. Okay. I can buy into that.
All right.
I'm getting to laugh at him. It's cool. Cool. Cleveland, laying 11.5. That's all you get. Still 233.5.
Yeah, that's fine.
You said what on total?
I'll go over. Cleveland had one good defensive game. I'm not going to suddenly think this is their new identity. I know for a fact Sacramento can give up 130 to anybody. So I'll go over.
I will actually go under because Sacramento just struggles to do anything right, like at all, ever. Anything offensively at any given time. So if I think Cleveland's going to win this, it's because Sacramento just literally didn't hit any shot, and that's how they cover this. So Sacramento doesn't contribute to the total at all. All right. Boston on the road playing your Brooklyn Nets.
Yep.
I mean,
you can say it. I mean, they no-show the entire game. Do you want to guess how much of this game I watched?
How much?
0. Because I had no interest at all in the game. I did not care for a second.
Honestly, it doesn't seem like you missed a game at all.
I forgot who's the one who had the quote years ago. What rivalry? They always kick our ass.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? Like, who said that initially?
I forgot. No.
I
remember, like, when you say it, I remember it. Like, I remember hearing it.
I'm gonna see if I can find it. Joel Embiid. Is Joel Embiid talking about the Celtics a couple years ago? I mean, the Knicks have won 13 in a row against the Nets? 12? I lost count. I didn't really care. But the Knicks showed up. The Nets did not. So do you think it's a one-game thing, or do you think it rolls over?
You want to know what I think is the last game the Nets beat the Knicks? Do you remember that time that I came back on and I had a 7-minute monologue?
Is that the Cam Thomas game?
Yes. I think that's the last time.
It could be.
It might be a time or two.
All I know is for a fact the Nets have not beaten the Knicks since Kevin Durant was on the roster.
Yeah.
So I'm not really surprised that the Nets lost the game. The margin's insane.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, the point is the Nets got killed. They've actually been okay against Boston this season, at least from a competitive standpoint. But Boston, we know, of course, is the much better team. So I'm just going to ask you just straightforward. Is getting embarrassed by 54 a close your eyes special on the Nets in an ultimate buy low pride spot? Or is this the sign of the team looks around and goes, oh no, we're awful. And they might lose like the next couple of games by 20 plus points. What do you think?
I think Jordy's still a good coach.
So do I. Team has no talent, but he's doing the best he can.
And so that's why I feel like they're going to get out of it and go on this stretch where they kind of start winning some games or or at least competitive. And I just have to think that Jordy's going to pull this group together after that.
I don't think so personally.
I mean, so
Also worth mentioning, Boston's kind of been going through it. They're 3-3.
mhm.
It is a pretty good spot for Boston to, step up and bury a team they kind of need to.
Let's see here. What am I looking for? Because the step is Boston just isn't clicking offensively.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Boston.
I'll go Boston too. The Nets, look, if they step up in a professional standpoint and just have an actual game after getting embarrassed more than any other team this season, then sure, good for the Nets. But this could get ugly, like really ugly. And if the Celtics are even a little bit engaged, they might win this game in a rout. So I'll go for the Celtics here. The Nets had a great run defensively in the month of December. Since the start of the new year, they have been really, really bad. Looking at the last couple of games here, they tend to lose by margin as well. But they have lost 8 of their last 9, and they've lost 11 of their last 13. It feels like once the new year came around, Cy told Jordy, remember the goal here. And they immediately just started punting games again. So it was fun while it lasted, but I have no back in the Nets. I'm good. I think Boston's going to probably smack them and win by 15.
Oh, Brooklyn. 216.5 is total.
Nets team total under and call it a day. There is a world where Boston scores like 130. So I'll just ignore that entirely.
I was about to say, I think that's the side of it that I was going to go with. I would rather bet on Boston hitting those threes than missing them in this game. So Boston team total over.
I'll ignore that entirely. Just give me the Nets team total under. I think that they're going to probably struggle again offensively. I see Free mentioning that a healthy Sixers team is scary. I completely disagree. I understand the argument of Embiid. I'm not going to go
because a healthy Sixers team means Paul George is playing. So no.
Look, I'm not going to go into a side tangent because it doesn't involve the topic that we're having. But watching Philly play, they no-showed the start of the fourth quarter tonight. They rallied because Houston, we know, stinks late in games.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just not sold on the mental toughness of this team. And we saw that against Cleveland in the Tyson game last Friday. Look, they might win a round. If Embiid's your best player or one of your best players, there's a ceiling on your team. I don't think that they're scary at all. And you're also assuming they're healthy, which is a serious if. So I'm not interested. That's kind of where I'm at. But look, they're better than we thought they were going to be. But I am not picking them to do anything in the playoffs. Maybe a round. That's basically it. That's where I'm at with this Philly team.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Before we get to
you good?
Oh, I don't know what that was. All right. Underdog. You're home for your pick'em entries where you can win up to 5,000 times your entry. All you got to do is head over there, pick your favorite fantasy players' stats, and take them higher or lower. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5. Get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Brooklyn hasn't beaten the Knicks since January 28, 2023. Which game was that?
I thought it was going to be longer than that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would have guessed like 2022 or something.
Like, dude. All right. Rhythm's also crushing it this NFL season. Props were great. They were great in the playoffs as well. You can get over there in the NBA and in college basketball and tap into Rhythm. Super easy to sign up, run predictions off the house models, or use your own models. Make them with sliders, pick what you value, offense, defense, all of that stuff. So looking to go premium, go use that promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. That is SGPN25 for 25% off your first month. Please let the Knicks get Najee Marshall. That's not going to help us. and where to get where anywhere else than where they're going right now. Unfortunately, I'm very disappointed how the Knicks season has turned out.
I do have a question, though, involving the Knicks. I'm not going to, once again, they don't play today. Who's more delusional about their own trade value? Jonathan Kuminga or Yabusele? If you had to choose one of the two.
Yabusele, because Jonathan Kuminga literally came back and dropped 20 in his first game.
Unfortunately, he got injured tonight, but
I know, and he already had 10 points. He had 10 points.
Dunleavy comes out and says there is no trade value, but I don't know who Yabusele's getting advice from, but I don't think the market's as deep as you think it is.
Yeah, definitely more delusional. All right, New Orleans. Remember when this was a little rivalry?
Yeah.
Pelicans on the road going to play the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies laying 5.5 to 35.5 is total. Injury report. And we have for the New Orleans Pelicans, looks like Herb Jones has got a questionable tag. Jose Alvarado out. Well, Ja Morant's out. We should be getting to the window of Ty Jerome soon, it looks like.
I'll believe it when I see it. No offense, but I think we're at that point, aren't we?
Yeah, Aldama's out. I guess Memphis has a pulse.
That's where I'm at. I guess I'm on Memphis, but who cares? I don't. This game means nothing. Do you want to play the drop? Or
yeah. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not there. I'm not there. Okay. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm very sorry. This is very much a solo bowl game.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Not necessarily in record, but more so because like the Ja Morant and his coach can't get on the same page.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think Memphis is the better team by comparison, and the record agrees with that. So I guess I'm on Memphis. But this is like looking in a mirror. Both teams just have a bunch of injured players every year. They have a star player with no accountability who you cannot trust at all, and your franchise is in shambles. So it's really the same exact scenario with both teams. But Memphis has a bit better of a supporting cast. Basically the same framework for the franchise. That's not a good thing, by the way. I'm just, by comparison, two of the most dysfunctional, I'd say, franchises in the league right now. At least based on the decision to hand the keys to an unreliable source. I'll say that. I'm on Memphis in this game, but I could not care less. You betting this game? Because I'm not.
Yeah, sure, Memphis. I don't want to think about it too hard.
This game's not worth our time.
Yeah, I really can't. I can't think of anything for the Pelicans right now. They're just playing really bad ball. Like, it seems like it's definitely going to be a bottom 3 pick for them. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, at least a high chance. One of the bottom 3 best chances to get the number 1 pick because.
Wait, who?
Pelicans.
I think you mean Atlanta.
Oh my God.
They packaged in the Queen trade.
Oh my God, I forgot that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I've been roasting Joe Dumars for the entire offseason and season. Because even though Derek Queen is a good player, you completely punted any chance you had at a top 10 pick this season just to be terrible again. Yeah, man, so they might get the lottery pick. They're not going to draft, but they might get the pick. Atlanta hopes they get the pick.
Oh, they're going to be so bad.
Yeah, they're going to be terrible for a long time.
Oh, man. Derek Queen is the last thing of substance that you got coming in.
And I like Queen, but the idea of packaging an unprotected first-round pick is absurd. Just add a top 10 protection. It's all you had to do. And Dumars couldn't do it. So there you go. Yeah, Atlanta might have a top 3 pick in the draft.
Yeah, Zion's about to get moved for literally whatever they can get. All right.
I can't believe Trey Murphy's still there. That's a separate story.
No, yeah, that is a definite. Feels like that there could be like some type of Bridges worth of trade, a Mikal Bridges type trade for Trey Murphy by a team.
I think you would go for less first round picks, but similar idea. I think the
You get what I'm
Bridges
saying?
trade.
Yeah, similar
Yeah.
idea.
The Bridges trade, I kind of group with the Gobert trade, where the amount of picks was just such an outlier that you really can't even use it for a comparison to other trades. That's
It's
kind of where
not
I'm
gonna.
at.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen very often.
No, 5 in a
Once
swap's
in a
not
blue
going to
moon.
happen for Trey Murphy. It's just not going to happen.
But 3, maybe 4, possible. Like I think it's possible. Like especially some contender that says, "Oh yeah, that'll work."
Yeah, free. Look, I understand what you're trying to say there, but you might have to remove TM3 there because I don't think Murphy's going to be on this team for much longer.
If you're rebuilding, you got to trade him.
I think you do. And Herb Jones. What's the point of having a 3-and-D defender if you're going to be terrible at defense anyway? He doesn't fit with the entire team. And you have Jordan Poole. Have fun with that.
And
Anyway.
and unfortunately, unlike the OKC Thunder, there is no SGA walking through that door.
No. One of the only players I like on this roster is Sadiq Bey. That's probably not a good sign for your team.
I would trade him too.
Yeah, you have to trade Sadiq Bey.
I would trade
He's
him
old
by
to be
the
a part of a
deadline.
rebuild, but yeah, he's actually been okay for you this season.
I would trade him by the deadline.
Yep.
All right. Pacers on the road going to play the Oklahoma City Thunder, and would you believe it, a Western Conference not Western Conference, excuse me, an NBA Finals rematch. While one team is 10-35 and the other team is 37-8. Who, boy? Who said Miles Turner wasn't important to this team? Pacers catching 16.5, 226.5 is total. Let's see an injury report. We've got, come on. There we go. Ben Mathurin out. Did you hear there's like, who was it? Pelicans. Was that who reported? I think they reported Pelicans and Mathurin. Pelicans and Pacers had Mathurin trade talks, and I think it was like Mathurin for Missy straight up or something like that.
See, I did not hear any of that. My initial thought was Mathurin would have been packaged in a Trey Murphy deal when you brought up that name, but I have no idea.
I feel like I just seen what did I see?
Then again, I don't know how many of these NBA rumors I believe anyway. I made multiple Twitter posts about how I think NBA insiders have the best job on the planet because they just make up random rumors and nobody ever calls them out for it.
It's like the weatherman.
Pretty much. You just make predictions, and if you're wrong, nothing happens to you. And you get paid a bunch of money.
Jake Fisher.
Happens all the time.
Says a trade swap involving Missy and Mathurin had been floating around, and something that was talked about possibly could happen. Probably won't happen, but somebody said it was talked about in a room somewhere, probably.
I can understand it if Carlisle does have issues with Mathurin, which we saw some inklings of last year, but I think Missy's fine. I don't know if he is the kind of guy I'd want with this team. The argument is with Halliburton back, maybe he's just the run-and dunk center that you're looking for with some rim protection, I guess, but he can't shoot. So that kind of defeats the purpose of the Miles Turner, Jay Huff type of archetype.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really get it, but I think Mathurin would go for more. But Missy's not bad. I don't mind Missy.
Isaiah Hartenstein's out. Jay Will's questionable. J Dub isn't he out for a minute? I think he is.
Yeah, he's been out for a bit.
No Caruso, no Ajay Mitchell. Wiggins is questionable as well.
The Thunder win percentage, by the way, without J Dub is so good this season. I'm not saying that once again it's his fault that the team struggled over the middle of the season, but if you look at the records, they are so damn good when J Dub doesn't play.
J Dub be hoeing sometimes. That's why.
Yeah, could be.
Like when you be thinking of like, man, that player really be hoeing? It be J-Dub. Like, it really do. Even when you bet him sometimes, like, he'll really hoe you on a bet. Like, J-Dub's just a hoe.
Point is
Yeah.
that he's not playing, and I don't know if I care. I don't think I do care.
Yeah, no. It seems like this is probably the Pacers going back to being a bad team again. Especially with no Matherin. Like, I just think that, like it or hate it, when Matherin plays and you at least have Pascal doing his scoring, Nemhard going and playing his role of getting everybody to their spots and keeping the offense rolling and playing Carlisle's system, and then Matherin just comes in and he's that slasher that just kind of gives you that extra little pop. They're competitive, but like when you take any piece of the puzzle out, they're one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, I'm just going to break it down a bit more simply. The Thunder are 20-2 at home. The Pacers are 2-19 on the road. I'm good. Give me the Thunder.
Scott, it's still 16 and a half. No, but I feel you. Yeah, I'll take OKC. Lane.
I mean, you're saying 16.5, but if you want to read off the recent games for OKC, beat Milwaukee on the road by 20, beat Cleveland on the road by 32, lost to Miami, classic Miami, beat Houston by 20, beat San Antonio by 21. So they've been smashing teams, both good and bad. So
it's just that Miami game. I agree. Yep.
I don't think 16.5 is actually enough. I think they win.
OKC was my lock the other day. Shout out to them. All right. All right. 226.5 is total. Here's my issue. I have good on good authority that the Pacers might not score.
I mean, reading off the points allowed here, Milwaukee 102, Cleveland 104. Those were both on the road, by the way, for OKC. Miami had 122, so Miami had a good game. Houston 91, San Antonio 98. Give me Indiana team total under.
Indiana's last 5 games, 104 on the road to Boston, 104 on the road to Philly, 78 on the road in Detroit. Then you had the 127 against New Orleans. I mean, it's New Orleans. 101 to Toronto at home.
They can't score, and OKC is great at defense. It's a bad matchup.
Yeah. It's a good chance.
Yeah, by the way, you muted yourself, so I didn't hear you. But there's a good chance they don't score 100 points, which I think is what you were going to say. But your mic is on mute, so I don't really know what happened there. All right. While you take care of that, I'll move on to the next game. Moving on to the next game, Nuggets taking on the Bucks. No typo, Bucks are laying 6.5 in 2026, which is kind of shocking. The over-under 221.5. Now, Denver is on a back-to-back. We know Murray has been sitting out some back-to-backs. They ended up beating Washington, and the Wizards stink. Shout out to Peyton Watson, though, who had, what do you have, like 35? Like he had a monster game tonight. But the Bucks, we know, are getting embarrassed every game. I tweeted about them, and I will say it again on the air. Stop putting Milwaukee on television. I don't care that Giannis is on the team. This team is awful. Nobody wants to watch them play. Giannis is calling out his teammates, saying how that they're selfish. Ouch. Yeah, he's saying that there are agendas involved and the team doesn't actually want to try. So I have no interest in backing Milwaukee. I know that Denver might sit half the team. I know they're traveling. I really don't care. If Giannis is going to call everybody out on the team and they're still going to no-show games, why am I laying 3 possessions with Milwaukee? I don't care who's playing. Give me Denver money line in this game. Milwaukee stinks.
Yeah. You took the words out of my mouth. I mean, devil's advocate, Giannis goes and has 60
Yeah.
because Denver's defense has been horrible.
Yep. They still might not win if he gives them 60 points. The thing is, I'm not even sure which teams Milwaukee should be favored over. Because a reminder, at home, they lost to the Wizards like less than a month ago. This team is awful. And the Wizards with McCollum, they ended up losing to. McCollum had the game winner. Shout out to McCollum for the game winner on that game. But you get my point. Like, if Milwaukee's not going to take care of business against the bottom feeders of the team, and now Giannis is calling everyone out, I feel bad for Porter Jr. Porter Jr., I think, is a selfish player. He didn't even play. And Giannis called the whole team selfish. Like, that's a stray and a half. I'll go with Denver money line in this game. Isn't that kind of crazy? Like, you think selfish, your first thought's probably Porter Jr., and he didn't even play. Like, that's kind of crazy.
He saw one that was sitting over there on the bench. And
He's like, I didn't forget about you. Yeah, pretty much. But
he just started getting mad.
Milwaukee 6.5 is crazy. And Giannis is lashing out. I get it because his team stinks. Just trade the guy already. What's the point? Your team's awful. We know your team's awful. Get your 5 draft picks and get out.
Yeah,
Isn't that the approach at this point?
Dinkelberg.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was Flanders, Ned Flanders.
My hedges. Curse you, Dinkelberg? Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, dude, man.
For the record, by the way, Giannis is showing some really bad leadership skills at this point in time, but it really doesn't matter.
Oh, no, he's so checked out. He's checked out.
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah, he wants to get out.
Giannis was a great leader. Like, Giannis was a great leader.
I'm saying right now, he's
completely
fine.
checked out. Completely checked out. This is proof. I bet you wherever Giannis ends up next, he's going to be like freaking locker room guy of the year. That's all they're going to talk about, how great of a locker room guy he is. And it's like, oh, yeah, we're going to realize how fed up Giannis is with Milwaukee right now.
Well, you got to remember, though, any trade, it's going to have to be a 2-piece. You got to get Thanasis. You got to get Thanasis bags packed, too.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew that's where you were going with that. That's why
I'm not even joking. Like, he would have to be included in the trade.
No. Yeah.
But, yeah, at this point, Giannis playing doesn't matter. Because Giannis playing, one, he's throwing every teammate under the bus. So morale's already down the drain. Second of all, Doc Rivers still has a job. And third of all, your team wasn't good to begin with. So, yeah, I'm going to keep fading Milwaukee. Why would I suddenly pivot?
I know it's awkward when Thanasis walks in the locker room because he's like, bro, we heard what your brother said about us.
Yeah. I know Thanasis.
And he just got to be like.
Thanasis, of course, is a running joke of just being basically a cheerleader in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Give him some minutes. Who cares? Your team stinks. At least he wants to be out there. It looks like none of your players want to be there. Right? I mean, isn't there some pride associated with this team at all? Because right now, the entire rotation doesn't care. Wave the flag, move on, trade Giannis, and rebuild. That's the only thing you got.
I don't think it's any rebuild for Milwaukee. I think when Milwaukee chops this one up, it's going to be it for a long time.
Oh, it will be, because nobody wants to play in Milwaukee as a free agent. But you got to at least try to get some parts.
Yeah. Force their hand.
Yeah.
Force their hand.
If you're a small market team, what are you supposed to do? I looked up the weather, by the way, in Madison today, because every now and then, weather app, I'll just scroll through it.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like -8. Have fun getting somebody to choose that over Miami. You're not going to do it. Like, you're not going to be, you're one of the worst free agency destinations out there, besides maybe Utah. It's going to be a long rebuild, but it has to be done. You have no other moves. And you're paying Miles Turner, which is not the signing you hoped it was going to be. So, there you go. Milwaukee, rebuild and move on. We'll see you in 20 years.
A+ rant. Toronto on the road. Going to play Portland. My lock went up in flames too. Portland is catching 4.5 on the second leg of a back-to-back.
Oh, I 2.5 when we started the show.
Yeah, it's at 4.5.
Then hit the mute button again. Now, you have the thing going on. I don't know. You want to refresh and come back? I don't know what's going on. Cable? I don't know. Either way, I'll continue from there. Portland, we saw get the win against Miami, so they're staying at home, no travel, but they are playing a back-to-back. Toronto, last time we saw them, they ended up smacking the crap out of Golden State, and they buried the Kings the game after. So both teams are actually playing okay. Portland's won 4 in a row. You're looking at Toronto, who's won 2 in a row. For the over-under, I see 225.5, so the total's dropped a bit, and the spread is at 4.5. Now, it's a bit tricky because I do think Portland at home is a dangerous team when healthy, and obviously being healthy is a big deal for this team. Toronto, we know, has been solid for the most part, but I do question if I actually want to lay 4.5. I don't mind the 1 to 10 angle for either team here. I see it being close. By the way, Terrell, you're still on mute. But I do think that Toronto is probably the side, but I'd rather go for a 1 to 10 angle. This game's going to be back and forth, and it's going to come down to the wire. And I have no clue who's actually going to win the game. But I think that it's Toronto 1 to 10. What do you like?
Oh, it's Portland.
Okay. I don't mind that call either. I don't know.
Portland has been money on the second leg of a back-to-back. Can't fade it. Can't fade it. They've been good this season, good last season. It's just what they do. And
then he got hurt, by the way, mid-game, as Jimmy's pointing out. So we'll see if he plays in this game.
I'm still gonna.
Assuming he sits, give me Toronto.
I'm still gonna trust Portland. This is just their spot. Drew Holiday's been really good for them. Gives them a different energy. Yeah, Denny's been kind of going through some stuff recently, and he's kind of in and out of lineup. Probably doesn't play, but I don't trust this Toronto team. Honestly, I think they can be very hot, very cold at times. Portland proved me wrong tonight, and I thought that it would have been a really great spot. I would have loved them after taking the L tonight, but still a really good spot getting them on the second leg back-to-back. So, yep, going with Portland.
Cool. I think it's going to be a close game either way, so this is a stay away for me.
All right. 225.5.
I think I'll go over, but I don't feel great about it either way. Toronto's offense has picked it up, and Portland's offense has been pretty good recently. They scored 117 plus in 4 straight. I'll go over.
And no Colin Murray Boyles, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, over. All right. Lock, dog, underdog. Lock.
Is it Phoenix?
Yep.
Okay.
Phoenix minus 2.5. Dog. Denver is very, very tempting.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
Denver. It might have to be Denver, honestly.
Okay.
Not really anything else. Yeah. Don't want New Orleans. Don't want Pacers. Not interested in the Nets. Don't want Houston. And you know what? Yeah. It's a dog I feel comfortable in. Milwaukee sucks. Give me Denver plus 200.
Cool. For my lock, give me Detroit minus the 4.5. Houston's terrible on back-to-backs. They're off an overtime game. Durant might not play. Who knows? Denver, though, defensively has been great. Cade should return to the lineup for this game. They've been good without him anyway. And the defense on this team is crazy. But I think Houston, as we know, are pretenders completely. So give me Detroit minus 4.5 at home as my lock for the show. For the dog, alt spread, Celtics minus 11.5 plus 165. When it rains, it pours, and I think the Nets get buried. So there you go.
Scott fading his team again.
Yep. Didn't work last time, though. Last time I tried it, the Suns won but didn't cover the alt spread. But I still think Boston, who has struggled with the Nets this season, really has all the incentive to just bury this team.
Yeah, I can't believe Denver isn't dropping games in the West either. Really good. Shout out to Alderman.
Yeah.
Dave. Good old Dave. All right. Let's see. We're at Underdog.
I'm not even sure what's available over
I
there.
want to take SGA higher 32.5.
Sure, let's do it.
They're just gonna go back to throwing Neesmith on him, and he's
Unless
gonna
the argument
win the
is,
game.
of course, they're going to blow him out by 40 and he's not going to play the fourth quarter. So do you want to do like first quarter points instead or something? Or don't bother?
Okay, we can think about it more.
Because the concern is a blowout.
It's gonna be all right, we're just gonna switch Neesmith onto him and headhunt Neesmith like we did the entire finals.
Well, that's kind of an angle that I want. You want to do Neesmith lower on his points? Because he's going to be in foul trouble the entire game and he's been terrible lately. I gave that out on the prop show.
What has he done?
He's been terrible.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's been really bad. He was at 12.5 last game. I think he had like 6. He was really bad.
Oh, dear. Okay. I'm going to buy into that. Like, he's going to have a long day. It's going to be a very long day. All right. Neesmith lower. So feels... Oh, Jalen Johnson. What's Jalen Johnson at? It's the only thing going right for them.
Yep.
40.5. Okay.
I was thinking if I wanted that or Booker instead. Because I don't know if I actually want Jalen Johnson against the Suns defense if we are picking the Suns to win the game.
I'm going to go Booker 23.5.
That feels so low, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For that Atlanta backcourt? I know that Daniel's a good defensive player, but
it's because Book will kind of hang around on that 20 line. But no, I like it. Let's go.
Okay. We'll do that.
And
then I'm looking around. Do you want to do Donovan Mitchell? Just fade the Kings defense? Yeah. Do that, Mobley, Jared Allen, Sabonis can't guard anybody. One of those.
I guess. I don't know. Would I be mad if Donovan Mitchell blows us to Underdog?
Can I ask what Mitchell's points are at?
What about just Jaylen Brown?
That's fine. Sure.
He's at 30.5.
Yeah, let's do it.
It feels like he goes for 30 every other night.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Jaylen Brown higher 30.5 points. Devin Booker higher 23.5 points, and Aaron Neesmith lower 12.5 points. Yeah, the Neesmith plays feels like the one that's gonna be the one. That's gonna be the one. We're gonna win. All right, $100 gets $600 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Feel good about that. Scott, anything else for the people before we get up out of here?
Not really. Last show of the week, so we'll see you again on Sunday night.
Yep. All right. With that, he's at Rush Hour Radio. I'm at reallyreal__. Make sure you give us a follow at SGPN NBA, YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast. Like the video on the way out. We will be back next week breaking down the slate of games and 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast. And with that, that is it. Nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end like this. We are